Hey, yo, what's going on, guys? We have episode number 38 of Marvel Yap for you guys today. We're going to be going over the Datamines that just came out with the brand new patch. We're going to be talking about snap packs, as well as all of the brand new move cards that also released today. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, we are joined with the hostest with the mostest, not my Dance. How are we doing today, Dance?
Oh, I'm doing great, Tuck. It's patch day. It's a lot of really fun stuff. There is so many interesting things happening for Marvel Snap right now. We're in the midst of it. I mean, we've delayed the Yap. We typically record yesterday and then upload this morning, but we are recording. Patch has been out just for a little bit of time as of now, and we're going to be able to talk about everything inside of the patch and all these interesting stuff that's happening with new cards that are also going to be happening today, as well as new cards that we're in the future. There's so much. I'm stoked about today's Yap, about what's going on today. How about you? What's going on?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a crazy day just to see what all happens, what all comes from this new card acquisition we have in Snap. And I also just hope you guys really enjoy move cards because I think we're going to be seeing a lot of move. That's why we got the grapple arrow on screen. We have, our panels for today, which is going to be what's the move, talking about all the new cards coming out today, because we have 4 move cards coming out today, not just one.
And 4 new cards, by the way, in one day.
Yep.
Just want to say that. That's insane. Sorry. Go ahead.
We're also going to be talking about snap packs. So we're going to talk about some of the percentages, what are in snap packs. Rez has some freaking amazing graphics that he's made. His info will be down below. If you guys are not following Rez Snaps, you guys need to just freaking follow this man. Does amazing content, new card content. Has started to kind of dabble more in some of his own like deck kind of guide stuff too, which is really cool. And then we also are going to be going over Datamines. Datamines is going to take over the last half probably of the app today. We're only going to be talking about the cards though. We're not going to be going over variants. We're going to be going over just the new cards and like updated cards text for the Datamines today.
And you and I haven't seen anything.
Nope.
I think we've maybe seen small little snippets or whatever, but like we've made a point to be like, nah, we don't want this until we're actually going to talk about it live. So we've got, I'm excited. And stuff's going to be changing. Stuff's going to be evolving. Stuff's going to be moving. Not just our 4 new cards for today. Where do you want to start with this movement of a day here? Do you want to start with the one we know about? One of the ones that people didn't know about? What were we thinking here?
Let's start with what we do know. I think that'll be probably what's best for us. As sure. I get them up on screen for us, we do have the brand new Series 5 card, the only Series 5 card releasing today, by the way, which you guys probably have seen this card before. It was in the dev video, and it was announced, so we knew this card was coming out today. We do have the Hydra Stomper.
Yeah, Hydra Stomper is the only, the only card that was previously confirmed before today. It is a 3-cost, 2-power card with the ongoing ability +1 power for each time one of your cards moved this game. Now, there was a previous version, I've talked to you about this a while ago, and I think we maybe talked about this on the Yap, where it just said +1 power for each card you moved.
Yep.
And I said I didn't like that because how did that work with locations, with your opponent moving your cards? Did it count for when your cards moved? But there's so much other stuff there that didn't make sense and I didn't like. So the fact that we do have this now confirmed change to Hydra Stomper, this version of it, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And I'm stoked by this card. Just as an introduction, because I feel like, especially as we talk about the other movement cards that also are coming out today, I feel like move has kind of been dead, right? Like other than move bounce, I feel like it's just been there. Move hasn't existed. Move and then anti-move with scream, and that's it. Yeah. So the fact that we're getting 4 new movement cards today. Second Dinner has to have been like, you know what? We don't know what to do to buff this deck. Let's just give it 4 new tools. Let's just give it a bunch of different things. And I really like the Hydra Stomper as a tool for this deck. What are you feeling on Hydra Stomper though, just in general here?
So like in general, I think you hit it right on like the nail there. Like Scream has been like the best deck in the game for like the longest time. So many different renditions of it. It did get hit in the OTA. It lost a point of power. Scream lost a point of power. Sam Wilson lost a point of power. But like you'd rather play just like a Sam Wilson or just a move bounce. But like it's been tough to play those just because that Scream deck has been more tech oriented, or it's just found new ways or plug and chugged a couple of different cards in there to kind of offset what you're trying to do. And I think that's what made just standard move pretty rough, even like a Phoenix Force a little bit more rough, like a standard Phoenix Force. I'm saying like the multiple man Human Torch iteration. But I do really like that Hydra Stomper can be that potential like plug into some of these older move decks to get value. It's going to be really interesting to see how it all works, because we've always had like a weird kind of gray area when it comes to 3-cost cards in move. It's different when it's an enabler that's a 3-cost than it's a card that gets the power. I think that's one of the main differences, like trying to compare like a Hercules to a Hydra Stomper. Hercules, what he does at a 3-cost is more to help your other cards, whereas Hydra Stomper is a card itself that gets its own power and can win you lanes. So it's kind of interesting to see how that works. Like, and I made a comparison with like with Vulture and stuff too. Of course, Vulture does have to have an enabler, but Vulture, you know, does get +6 when he moves, whereas Hydra Stomper gets 1 per move. So it's just going to be really interesting to see where this lands in the sense, is Heimdall going to be the best play to do forever at the end of the game because that's a lot of cards moving, or is it going to be the smaller packages where you're bouncing cards around to get a bunch of little moves here and there to gradually boost up your Hydra Stomper? Do you want it to be in Shang-Chi range? Do you not want it to be in Shang-Chi range? I feel like it's just going to be really interesting. It adds another layer, maybe, to move in general, which already is a very technical and like thinking-oriented deck itself. I'm just interested to see where this lands, which is why I think they added a couple other move cards to come out today as well to kind of not dumb it down, but make it maybe a little bit easier to be able to get some of your combos.
I feel like that. Yeah. I think that's a better way to say it. Like, to basically to give you more ways to access those combos. And yeah, I will say, when you're mentioning Vulture, I think one of the biggest things that I feel like between Vulture and Hydra Stomper, it's the same difference between Meek and Morbius. That Hydra Stomper gets the value on the final turn of the game.
Right.
You can get the exact same value that you would from playing it on turn 3, and potentially even more, because you don't need it to be out for all those triggers. And that's what I think is really interesting, really cool about Hydra Stomper, and especially inside of I was gonna say our decks, but actually I want to wait, because I know at least the first of these new cards, we both were like, we kind of really want to use it inside of our builds, because it just made sense. You want to talk about at least the card that we were most interested and excited to put inside of our decks that we have with Hydra Stomper?
So, one of the brand new cards releasing today, Series 4, by the way, we do have Batroc the Leaper, which is a 1-cost 2-power card. When a card moves, follow it to gain +2 power once per turn.
This is going to be a fun card.
This card
this is
crazy.
Yeah. This is an insane card. Here's the thing. We've had plenty of 1-cost cards at scale. Many of them. And I'm not surprised if this is another one that we will get. The fact that it's like, in most games, I feel like it's going to be Shang-Chi-able. This is this card I'm stoked about. But this is one of the most fragile glass cannons I've ever seen, I feel like. Like, this dives to Killmonger. This dives to Shadow King. This dives to Red Guardian. This dives to, like, everything. Everything under the sun just says, sorry, you get ruined.
But, like, at the same time,
this
card, like, high-end, like, ceiling-wise, right? If you don't have a movable card on turn 2, like I'm just saying, just on turn 2, like, you're playing Sam Wilson, you haven't moved anything, right? But you move something for the rest of the game, this is a 110. So, like, that's crazy. And if your opponent does, by the way, have to Shang-Chi your Batroc or Red Guardian your Batroc, like, that helps you, honestly, later on. Like, it's like a target you kind of maybe want to get hit a little bit earlier. Maybe not, like, 100%, right? But, like, I think this card is going to be crazy. This is another card that can take a bullet for, like, your other cards against the Scream meta. But, like, I think Scream is going to continue to have Killmonger in their list, especially because of this card being as relevant as is. Sam Wilson gets another, like, side buff in a sense, too.
I was going to say, right? Like, every single turn that you move the shield, Batroc just goes there and says, thanks.
Yeah. And it works for you and your opponent. So when a card moves, it doesn't say when one of your card moves or when your opponent's card moves. Like, I think this card can potentially be a problem, but I think there's going to be the counter to it. Like, of course, there's counter exists, whatever. But like, Killmonger is just going to be very relevant. I think like that's just what it is. Especially if this as popular as this card becomes, Killmonger is going to be relevant to be able to offset this or Shadow King. But if this card continues to, I think this card's gonna be great. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not trying to say this is gonna happen, but like if it goes to +1, I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I don't think it necessarily needs to, but
go to a 1-0 base.
Yeah, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if this card does get nerfed in some sense. Granted, we have not played this card at all, and this is all just us theorizing. But like the stats for this card just seem incredible.
Yeah, and the only reason I would say that I don't think it might occur that way is because Second Dinner's been either nailing or underperforming cards as of late. So if the first card they release that's actually busted in like a month or so is Batroc, a straight to Series 4 card, like there are worse ways it could go.
But it's
so
one
I don't know
cost.
If I'd even
That's the only thing, because it's a one cost. I think
it is a
it's
one
different.
cost, yeah. But also I think. But there's such an opportunity cost because yes, you're correct that if you do get it on the first turn, second turn, you start moving quickly. Yes, it's good. But what if you don't get it till turn 3 or turn 4? Like the value plummets on this card the later and later you get it.
I mean, if you get it to a 1/4, it's Hydra Bob. So I mean,
when Hydra Bob was taken down from 1/5 to 1/4, I heard many people saying the card was dead. So
it's not Silver Sable. Like Silver Sable is I think Silver Sable might be a bit of a, I mean, it's not necessarily the same argument, but like I think of how quickly Silver Sable was nerfed for what she did, because she was essentially at that time a 1/5. I think you get this card to 1/6 fairly consistently, and I think that makes it, one of the best one drops. Just off rip. I mean, like, when you look at the plug and chug with Sam Wilson already, like, I am not saying like I need like right now that I think this card is the most busted card ever, but I'm just saying I'm here to say it could be before everyone else does say it will be,
Right.
Like,
yeah. No. I get it. This is a very fun card. I think it's really sick. I'm not gonna even say that this is gonna be busted. I want to wait and let this one cook. I want to let it cook, but I definitely, let me just say very clearly though, I 100%. I get it. I get it. Yeah. This is. I'm glad that we also have another just a good one drop. I don't know. I feel like a lot of just even if it is like a scaler, a lot of this game is seeming to go into these like smaller cards, like Hydra Stomper that scale up. Morbius scales up. Dakin scales up. Was it? And Batroc is going to be doing that similar thing, and so I feel like there's a real chance that this card could be fun. Whether or not it's busted, I don't know. I'm hoping this just becomes a good card, and Move becomes a good deck with it. Not busted, not the best card, because Scream still exists.
Yeah. And this card won't get hit by Scream because it's the second card that moves.
That is true. But what is it? I will say, by the way, Scream only taking a single point of power when they're releasing 4 new move cards the following week. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have hit her again. I feel like she could have gone to a 2-0. We're not really talking OTA today, but like...
Yeah, no.
Sorry. But like, for what it's worth, that one's fine. I know we have decks as well, but I will say... Topaz, I think, is the next most interesting card of these 3, right?
So, like, one more thing about Batroc. Silk value, we were already talking about with Hydra Stomper. It's even better now. Like, that +2 each turn just for your Stomper there, and then you also get the +2 on Batroc. Like, there's a lot of transactional stuff there. But, yes, Topaz. Go ahead and...
Yeah. No, you're good. I love the Silk stuff. I'm soaked on Silk, and I forgot to mention it, so I appreciate that. But Topaz is a 3/4 that's also releasing. Again, all these, what is it? So Hydra Stomper, Topaz, and Fanfade, the next card. Well, all of these cards are going straight to Series 4, part of the new introduction to Snap Packs, to give y'all more options inside of that Series 4 seasonal pack right away. So Topaz is a 3/4 that has the ability that after you play a card here, move it to the middle location. And this is only for you. It's not both sides, right? But this feels good.
Yeah, targeted move, I think, is pretty solid. Like, that's already an enabler for your Batroc. And
turn 1.
Yeah.
Turn 1? I play my Aranya. Turn 2. Put Madam Web in the middle. Turn 3, I put Hercules in the middle. Maybe I even play her in the right. I don't know. Maybe it's that instead. Turn 4, I play Topaz. Then I activate my Aranya. Then I play my my what's it called? My Human Torch.
That's a lot of work. I think you could honestly just have.
It's a lot of work, but like
you just have you have your Madam Web on the far right lane, and then you play your Topaz on the left. You have your Aranya wherever on the board.
But you leave your Hercules in the middle because then on the final.
No, you don't use.
No, but here's the thing. Hear me out. Because what you could do is on this final turn, Tucker. People are trying to do these big plays and whatever and all this stuff. You don't need to do all these big plays anymore. I just put down Vulture, and I've just added 20 power to the board, and that's it.
That's true. I mean that's. I mean, you can do your Copules, but it is okay. It is.
It's a shame that I really don't believe that Hercules could really still be great with all these different.
This card just like made Hercules literally go down even more in value.
Yeah, why is this card just as many times as you want? Really?
Yeah, like it's literally after you play a card here. It doesn't say once per turn. You literally could play multiple cards on the same turn, just move them to the middle. Like this literally is like, oh, okay, you're just playing Madam Web middle from now on and move, and you're playing this on left or right wherever you really want to, and just getting value. And like this also, you get a Red Wing value. You know, like there's this like just very interesting things you can do with this card. Like you also can like play Shuri onto this and then play another card.
Okay.
Like there's
all right,
a lot of.
I was already coping.
No, I'm just saying this is very interesting.
Cope.
Like with the targeted move is not really something we've seen besides like Grandmaster in a sense. I mean, Ghost Spider pulls it, to where Ghost Spider is.
Yeah.
But like a specific move to a location kind of card is not something we've had besides Grandmaster, I don't think. So this is going to be interesting to see. Like I said, also it's the 3-cost card slot. Let's see how it actually works in game opposed to just right now. Whereas like Hercules, of course, it's a 50-50. It's going to go to the one, which location, farthest, closest, whichever, So I'm interested to see how this works, but I think it's a nice combo piece they've added to give us some good enablers.
Yeah, I like it a lot as well. I think it's going to be a very interesting one. I've said all the last two, and I guess I'll finish it off here and we'll make you talk about the probably least interesting here with Fanfei, which, to be fair, still seemed good, but if 3 cost was already difficult, Fanfei being a 4/7, then with the activate ability, move your other cards here to the right, seems difficult, but this is just you play this middle. And then you can activate this after Heimdall, right? Like that's the plan here with this card.
Yeah, you combo it for after Heimdall. I mean, it is one of the few cards that can move a card to the right, which is good, but it'll be very interesting to see the play rate of this at the 4-cost slot. I don't necessarily think you would be running a Zabu for a Fanfei, but I could be wrong. But I don't know. I think it's really cool. Like it moves your other cards here, so you can move 3 other cards the same turn with this, which is very interesting to note. Or play this before a Heimdall. Like you could like activate it before a Heimdall. Like you could do the Heimdall first and then activate this, or you can activate this before the Heimdall to kind of just like proc some stuff going on, more Red Wing value. But it's just gonna be really just interesting to see where this lands. I do think it is one of the maybe not necessarily weaker, but one of the lesser played cards. I would think maybe of the 4, which I feel like might be a stretch.
I agree with that because it's the cost and then the activate.
Yeah,
and we talked about how activate is difficult in the past, and that 4 cost is a difficult slot oftentimes for that activate to feel worth it. Well, now we're not. Now we have a 4 cost that is an activate that not only has all that going against it, it also is a movement specific enabler. And that feels even hard. So it's a lot of reasons why it potentially isn't, or it may not work as well. It's not going to say it wouldn't, but there's a lot of potential reasons why it may not. And so I get that 100%. I think that's a really fair way to look at it. I was also thinking, by the way, because we do have, for this month, or for cards that are already out, we have Cloak, right? So you can play Cloak on Fanfei's lane, activate Fanfei, then move the Cloak away and whatever else you have there, assuming maybe even other movement cards. then so you can bring everything back over there. So emptying out more so a lane for that and giving you multiple triggers, which maybe you're just doing if you play Cloak in an empty lane already. I don't know, but that's why I'm trying to cope here maybe a little bit with this card. And again, you're mentioning Phoenix Force. If I have this card on the board and get a bunch of these multiple men, put them all in the right lane, and that's just another big amount of value. And again, I'm probably coping even on this stuff, which is potentially an issue, but I was also trying to think of a way you could use Zabu with Fanfei. But yeah, I feel like these cards, like I'm glad we're getting so many different movement tools. And again, goes back to what I said earlier, where I'm just happy the fact that we have all these different options. I'm happy we're getting even more of these movement tools, more things that allow us to use this stuff. But that brings us, Tuck, and I mentioned this before, yeah, but I'll say it now. That brings us to 10 cards a season. I think Dum Dum is dead, unfortunately. He's, what is it? I don't know what happened on his last mission, but I don't think it went well. But with that in mind, I want to ask you, Tuck, we now have 3 new cards. In total, 7 cards this whole season. Or sorry, 10 cards this whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Who are what? Give me your. Where would these be fitting inside of the list? And I can give you your list if you need it.
So, I want to say first, I do think Fanfei is going to be a very combo heavy card. By the way, and like she'll find a deck that works really well for her. And I think like that'll definitely be something that happens. Just interested to see when that does happen. But thinking of all the cards this season, I have to change a lot of stuff, especially since Captain Carter is freaking meta right now. Like I would have to rearrange a bunch of stuff. We're not rearranging the entire list.
No.
But
we're trying to slot these cards into our lists.
Yeah, I think I put Batroc towards the top 3.
I'll tell you, what is it? Is it number 3? I'll tell you just what you have at number 3. You have Captain Carter at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is it above or below Captain Carter?
Below Captain Carter.
Okay. I'll do that. For what it's worth, if we're talking Batroc, I do actually think that I'm pretty stoked for him as well. I'd probably have him where I had Toxie.
Okay.
Even I know Toxie has failed from where it was, but if I'm talking about where I'm putting these cards, he would be there. And I think he'd be below Toxie, and I know because I was coping more with Toxie. If I'm looking at that from like that past stance, even if that would be different as of now, I think that's how it would look.
Okay.
And then going to number 2, Topaz. What are we thinking?
I put Topaz probably just like this is like realistically where I'm thinking like meta wise and stuff now, opposed to just like fun scale. I put Topaz ahead of Infinity Ultron.
You had Infinity Ultron as your number 1.
Oh right, because I did the fun scale. That's what it was.
Was it fun scale?
I did fun scale when I was doing it, so that's why I had Infinity Ultron number 1.
Hey, it's we'll do a full breakdown of it.
I have what, Strange Supreme at 5 now.
He's around that area.
I'd put Topaz definitely below Strange Supreme, because like we're gonna have to do a re-ranking of cards because
yeah. I feel like this has been the most scuffed of our rankings.
But I would say so. Like overall, I would in the order of these 4 cards. How about if we do it that way? The order of these 4 cards, make just a sub list, because the list we have is going to be different.
It's already screwed up a lot. I will just tell you, but I kind of don't care, and I have my full 10. Is Fanfei at the bottom? Do you think for you?
No.
Previously, you had
Toxie. Toxie's still at the bottom.
So is she like above Toxie by 1 or by 2?
She's above Toxie by 1.
Okay. All right. And yeah, this is the most scuffed of our list I think we've probably had, and I'm just gonna let it be scuffed at this point. But yeah, we've got yeah. I also for myself as well, if I'm thinking Topaz, honestly I probably have her right above Hydra Stomper in terms of my excitement. Because I do think that just unlocks more stuff you can do with her. And then Fanfei's just bottom entirely.
That's fair.
This is just, I think, the least excited.
If she was a
card.
3 cost, it'd be better. I think her rating would go up, but
She would probably be below Hydra Stomper, but for me, not much higher, but she'd be a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd probably say there. But rather than hitting all that stuff, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about our decks here, at least. With that, mainly you're focusing on Hydra Stomper. They do have Batroc in them. Both of us, minor spoiler. But it's what we want to use. If we're thinking about what do we want to do with it, and what do you want to do with Hydra Stomper there, Tuck?
So the main thing, as I do get up here on screen, the main thing, it is going to be this over here. It is going to be the good old Werewolf by Night. So I think Werewolf by Night is definitely the first place I want to go with Hydra Stomper. I do have Batroc in here as well. I may not have the most move enablers, but Werewolf by Night being able to bounce around as much as he can is going to be almost as good as some of these other just movement cards in general. We, of course, do have Iron Fist, and then if you get the Grapple Arrow from Kate Bishop is another enabler just to have another movement card, and then Nico with the Move to the Right spell if you want that for Hydra Stomper. But I'm thinking I can get Hydra Stomper to at least like a 8 or 10 power card himself just with Werewolf by Night. With all of these on reveals, of course, like you have to get like that combo piece ready and stuff, but you have other alternate lines, being able to bounce a Silver Sable, a Rocket Raccoon, and then wherever Werewolf moves, Batroc moves as well. So, which is really interesting, but like Batroc only moves once per turn, so you won't necessarily be clogging yourself out of lanes because you can move it to the first lane with Werewolf and then move Werewolf to another lane, which is really cool just to be able to offset that clog because there will be a lot of clog this week as well. But this was the general idea I had for Hydra Stomper opposed to just always like a full move package per se.
Yeah, it's fair. I think this is gonna be a very fun one, and I think my question is with this, it goes into the thing that I feel like we've had asked many times: how many enablers of movement are going to be enough for Hydra Stomper to feel valuable? And I think this list is going to test that in more ways than my personal list will, because I feel like I don't know how many you're going to want. I don't know how many is going to be enough technically for Hydra Stomper there. Because when I'm thinking, I'm like, I feel like I want to be able to move everything. And I feel like the movement cards that you have, that you move, like, yes, they can be valuable, but I honestly think that nowadays the screen package is going to be better. And I'm not even just saying this because it's like, you know, new cards out, run the counter for it. But at the same time, it's a great piece together because you can move their cards and you get value with that with your Kraven. And then, by the way, Sam Wilson's shield, you put Batroc on the shield and move the shield every single turn, you win. Yep. And then Silk, we've talked about how that's just going to be great Hydra Stomper value. And then Heimdall at the end of the game is just, it's insane, right? So there's just so many different payoffs. You can try to win with the Hydra Stomper, you can win with Kraven. You've got your Miles and Heimdall you can try to put down later on in the game. You got your Scream even, your Bat. Like, there's so many different like ways that you can try to win in this with this deck, and that's what I really like here.
Yeah, no, I think the screen package is just in general going to be pretty solid because you have cards also that just move themselves as well. We don't think that the Scream moving your opponent's cards counts for Hydra Stomper. Be really interesting if it does. I know it's something we've talked about before.
Goes against it, right? Doesn't it say each of your cards move? Yeah.
So it's like you don't take ownership of your opponent's card when you move it, kind of thing. But Miles is freaking insane right now. I think we talked about it in the other day on the app. It's like Miles' value is literally to the moon. And it's not just because Scream's popular, it's because freaking Sam Wilson's just everywhere, because this card is just incredible. Like the value it has, and now like I literally was thinking just Batroc value. Like Hydra Stomper, of course, is going to get value too, but like the Batroc stuff you're going to be able to just get with just playing Sam Wilson is going to be wild. Silk actually being playable, which is nice. It's just going to be very interesting.
I'm wondering if we're coping on the Silk. I feel like there's a real chance we're coping on Silk being playable with Hydra Stomper and or Batroc.
It might be just Batroc is the new Silk. So maybe that's the cope. Is like, why play Silk? You have Batroc anyways. You know, like it's just very, very interesting. But I think like Miles is at a point right now, which I know is not like the topic for like today, but like Miles is at a point right now, you could start playing like all stats again. Like literally just play that, because almost every other deck is running some sort of move card, or you're running just Sam Wilson and you're able just to do value. You literally can just play Sam Wilson Miles and just like profit. Like there's just so many just different locations and like different like just Sam Wilson's nerf was just so good that it just dropped his play rate dramatically, and the point.
Yeah,
of
the
power
fact that I'm
is
still
issue.
running 2 of the cards that were just hitting the OTA, quote unquote, with
Yeah.
Sam and Scream, they both could have lost another point of power, and I feel like this deck probably would have. We'll see how this goes, but yeah, I don't have anything else to say on this bit. You want to talk about snapbacks?
Yeah, guys, we got freaking snapbacks today, and we have some information for you guys. Yeah, we have a lot of fun info today. Like I was talking about, Agamotto, the skills actually look freaking sick in game right now. That's probably not the best split we got. But they now have a circle around their card, like with the animation when they pop out, opposed to just the normal like token kind of display on the card to kind of help differentiate what's going on. Of course, your split only goes on the top part of the card, it looks like. Opposed, or is it on the entirety of it? Maybe it is, but it's like
so
shadowed
there's like
out.
A great, maybe it's either just that, or look at one without a split effect potentially, because it looks like maybe it's just like a gray background there. No, I guess this is actually a good way to see it. I think it's just a gray background effect on these skills, just to show. Actually, I think that's a really good differential. I don't think the lack of power on them was enough before, so I do think that this is I think this is a good change just to that bit, but. I mean, if we're talking about good changes, we do need to talk about these actual snapbacks here, though, because there's a lot of info about snapbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot, which, by the way, we're going to start off with Rez Snapper has an amazing graphic that he has made for all of us to consume right now. Like I said before, his info will be down in the description below. Absolutely fantastic when it comes to these sort of graphics and stuff, too. Very informative and very legible, like very clean and like just easy to read. Like this right here is the brand new seasonal Series 5 packs, since there are 2 different types of Series 5 packs that are released today. The seasonal includes cards from this season and last season, whereas the regular Series 5 cards are from 2 seasons prior. So keeping that in mind prospectively, but this is how this is going to go when it comes to like what you get additionally, because you get other goodies in your packs besides just the card itself.
Yeah, and so this is your percentage chance. You're going to get so I guess there's one that a bonus that is guaranteed. I guess I forgot that entirely, but a bonus is just guaranteed entirely. And these are those rolls for your bonus. So your most common stuff, I'm not surprised. They're kind of just going to be boosters. Not surprised about that. They aren't typically something amazing, and that's completely fair, right? And you're already getting better value for your stuff, so the fact that you're getting anything bonus does feel like a really good hit. And then from there, though, what is it? Even if those are the most common, you then get down to your your other changes, just in terms of you get a bunch of credits, potentially enough to completely split a card, by the way, which I do think is a very notable amount. 1,525 is the exact amount you do need to split a card entirely. Then you get to, obviously, you have some tokens you can get as well. There's even the smallest chance, which, again, if you're a Series 3 and 4 complete player, that's what this is talking about, you have a very low chance, if I'm not mistaken, to get with a 1.35%, I believe is what this is, 1.5%-ish, to potentially get an additional series card.
That's crazy.
Which should be fair. Again, just under half of the rewards are just going to be boosters. But you have the opportunity for a little bit more, and that's pretty sick.
Which, like when you do the Galactus tracker on the web shop every day, you had that just small likelihood to be able to get that PMV you really, really want, or those 250 credits now that you might be able to get. But that's very interesting when it comes to Series 3 and Series 4 complete players. That's what this graphic represents. This next graphic over here is Series 3, 4, and 5 incomplete. Your likelihood of stuff, it's much bigger. Like, it's very interesting, actually, when it comes to this graphics itself. It's very similar to the last graphic, but you do also have the potential for Series 4 and Series 3 cards as bonus cards for those seasonal Series 5 packs, just because you have not completed those series just yet. So just keep that in mind. Your odds kind of go lower for some of the like high-end rewards, which the high-end reward I'm like mostly looking at here is like the seasonal series 5 card. I believe you drop even more percentage looking at it. So do you know what number it is?
If you are, what is it for the seasonal series for the seasonal series 5? Is that what you're asking right there?
Yes.
Yeah, for that one, it is 1.3%. Maybe I said it right incorrectly before. 1.3% for that seasonal series 5 one. It was 1.35 if you were just missing Oh no, I'm so sorry. On the previous one, if you're only missing cards in series 5, you actually have a 2.74% chance to get that. It actually makes a little bit more sense there. One of the biggest things I will point out about all these things that I really enjoy is they have the fallback reward immediately of tokens built in. And I think that's a really big deal.
No
really
dupes.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. No dupes. Like, that's a big deal. I love that a lot. I think that's a really cool thing that they've introduced here. So I'm happy about that in particular. There's a lot of really, I don't know. This just seems like a good deal. One of the things that I've noticed about snap packs is there seems to be a lot of great options, but you have to be willing to accept that you're going to get anything within the pool. And I think that's the biggest change with what we had before with the spotlight caches and now what we have with these, where if there are cards that you don't want in this group, you probably don't want to open this, right? If you really hated Infinity Ultron, you're not opening the seasonal series 5 thing. And if you would like to get the original card, you just buy that on its own. It costs 1,000 extra tokens between those two. And so you have to, it's basically, is saving 1,000 tokens worth it for you to not get the specific card that you were thinking here?
Yeah, and that's looking at your resources overall too. Like if you have only 6,000 tokens, do you want to roll the dice for a 1 out of 5, or do you want to get the card 100% guaranteed?
Yeah.
Like that is a great actually like perspective to put on it too. Something I like to note here as well. Most of us are not going to be seasonal series 4 complete at the time that Hydra Stomper,
no one will be
these cards come out
when Hydra Stopper comes out.
So there is a chance to get the seasonal series 4 card potentially from your seasonal series 5 pack. If you want to open it that way instead of buying Hydra Stomper with tokens. I mean, if you are Series 5 complete, there's no reason for you to spend the extra 1k tokens for Hydra Stomper. Like, that literally just is not managing your resources properly.
If you are collection complete, like we are, it's just, it makes sense we're never spending 6,000 tokens on a card again.
Nope.
It is only 5,000 or, what is it, 4,000, right? I think is that thing? I don't know.
It's 5,000 for a pack.
There you go. That's what it is. Yeah. I was thinking about the Series 4 pack, but yes, that's, I mean, I love that. That's really good stuff. I think that's going to be really great.
Yep. Which, moving on to, I believe this is for the non-seasonal Series 5 pack. This is what you have over here. You do not have a likelihood to get any of the seasonal cards from this pack. This, of course, is from 2 seasons and prior when it comes to this over here. So all of the rewards are very similar. Just, of course, you cannot get any of the new cards in this just flat out just Series 5 pack.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons why we're using this graphic here, which apologies if you don't have it, if you're listening to it online, but one reason we are using this visual reference here is because, I mean, I've seen the table. We've actually had access to the table for a little bit. I didn't understand the table the best, honestly, and using a reference like this is extremely helpful and something I appreciate, and so Tucker appreciates. We knew y'all. We wanted to share with y'all. We want to share y'all this good information in a more digestible format than a bunch of numbers.
Yeah, I think this is much better. And with that in mind, we've gone over a little bit of the numbers here. We've just talked about the high end, the God pack rates, and this is.
So there's a God pack chance. I forgot about this. If you technically, I'll let you do this. This is interesting. This is a fun one. I'm gonna let you hit this. Yeah.
So you get 2 rewards when you open a pack. So this right here is getting 3 new cards from a pack, and if you are Series 3 incomplete, you have a higher likelihood to get 3 cards in a singular pack because you have all the Series 3 cards you still have to complete, all the Series 4 cards you still have to complete, and all the Series 5 cards you have to complete. That is why there is better odds to be able to get a said God pack in this line, whereas if you are Series 3 complete, your odds decrease because there's less cards in the pool. I would say there's less cards in the pool. I think there is still less cards in the pool when it comes to Series 3, Series 4. So your odds go down. And then if you are Series 4 complete, there's even more less cards in the pool. And you can only get Series 5 cards from your pack because you can't get duplicates with these packs. So your likelihood goes down even more dramatically. So like it's still possible to get 3 brand new cards in your pack. It potentially get 3 Series 5 cards. Like it's totally possible. But I think when you're opening just like a seasonal Series 5 pack, your odds are going to be lesser too itself because the pool is going to be so limited, and the odds of you getting card is at 2.7%. You have to hit that 2.7% 3 times in a row. Not 3 times in a row, 2 times in a row because they're the additional cards, because you automatically do get a new card with the pack. So that's what these are here for the God packs. And then the Demigod packs are just like, I think this is to get 2 cards. Yeah, this is to get 2 cards opposed to 3. Better pack, like just rates there. Of course, this is per pack opposed to necessarily per just one and freaking, you saw what, 1,300 over there. So it's still more likely to get two new cards from a snap pack opposed to 3. It's not going to happen all the time. Like you see these odds on screen, 1 in 7 packs is not like a guarantee that you're going to get them 1 out of 7 packs, but
do not think that. I will make that very clear. That is not how odds work. This in this particular instance. I know it does that in like the reserves where you have a group of 9 and the rewards are set between each of them. These odds are rolled each and every time you open one of these packs. And technically, for what it's worth, if I were to open a Series 5 pack, I could technically roll a God pack on it, even though I'd only be missing Hydra Stomper, because all the rewards are rolled at the same time. It gives you the same fallback, though, in terms of if you would have gotten a seasonal Series 5 card, you get 5,000 tokens. You would have got a Series Seasonal 4, 25, whatever. Like it has those fallback rewards built into it as just a precursor, as a warning, just in terms of if you're trying to metagame this stuff, trying to get the best rewards here. But yeah, there's a lot of really fun stuff here. I feel like
that's a good point.
Do you have any
though.
advice? Oh wait, go ahead. Yeah.
No, it's a good point, Dan. So like, since they are rolled at the same time, so like, do not bank on this, right? Do not bank on this.
So sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was too busy banking on what I was about to say.
You could roll 3, like Dan said, 3 seasonal Series 5 cards, and you're only missing 1. But since they're all rolled at the same time, you could open your snap pack and then get reimbursed for 2 potential additional snap packs. Is what like. Like the likelihood is crazy
low.
Let's go back
to the odds
crazy low, which is 1 in 1,332. So like, it's not 0, but it is a very, very low number.
It's super definitely possible. Definitely not at all difficult in the slightest. No, I don't. That's like less than that's like less than 0.1%, right? That's like I feel like if I'm doing my math correctly, that's like a 0.7%, I want to say. Yeah,
it's like probably it's as close to 7 as possible. It's so close to 7, like it's crazy. But like 0.07, like it's like
yeah. But again, let's make it clear though, like this is when we're talking about these things, this isn't something. What is it like? Don't aim. These aren't the best situations. These aren't going to be. These are the best situations. This isn't happening all the time, though. This isn't a consistent thing. And like I also said before with snap packs, keep in mind what you want from each card. Is that one? And I think the biggest thing is the difference in between how much a card costs via tokens on its own, or card costs within a pack with tokens. Is that worth that differential? Is that worth whatever that difference is for you? If it is, that's worth it to buy. If it's not, don't spend your resources on that.
No, I think that's exactly what it is. Like, get the cards you want to play if you want them. Like, you pinpoint specifically, I want to play Erisham, because I think that archetype seems really fun to me, but I am missing 40 Series 5 cards. I would not suggest opening the Series 5 pack to potentially try and get Erisham, unless you just like playing your freaking luck. Like, I mean, sure, if you want to play your luck and you want to get the endorphin boost, yeah, I got the 1 out of 40, you know, like...
Yeah.
But still, I would try and get cards like specifically, especially since now we are getting tokens instead of the keys now, which you get 3,000 tokens where you would get a spotlight key instead. So that helps you be able to get some of these cards more quickly and like pinpoint them better, which is really nice actually too. But I think in general, when it comes to snap packs, which we have a whole blog here from Marvel Snap Zone as well.
A lot of I don't know if we're gonna be able to pause on any of these individual bits. There's just, if this is particularly interesting, you can pause here and go through it, or you can go to marvelsnapzone.com, and they have the information there as well for you in terms of what you might be wanting to go for. So
the cards on screen right now, if you are watching here on YouTube, are the cards that are going to be available in the Seasonal Series 5 packs. So keep that in mind respectively. These are all the Series 5 cards. Also, if you click on the snap pack in the game, it'll show you what cards are applicable to the Seasonal Series 5 cards, as well as here are the Seasonal Series 4 cards that we have included, which do include the cards from High Voltage, both iterations of High Voltage, and from Sanctum Showdown, which is really good to note there. And then all Series 5 cards not in the Seasonal Series 5 packs are going to be in the base Series 5 packs, and then all Series 4 cards not in the Seasonal Series 4 packs are going to be all in the Series 4 packs in general. And then, you know, we talked about the goodies. We showed the graphics on screen. I'll also have this link down in the description below as well. Lauren Whatevs did an amazing job of being able to put all this together, which is really awesome. This has the percentages on screen opposed to the pie chart we were talking about, and then the specific that Dan was talking about as well when it came to the Series 5 cards being bonuses in the Series 5 packs. So you have all of this on screen. You have, you know, just all these different percentages and stuff, and they go into more detail there. This graphic is also incorrect too on screen. It's different in game than what it is in general. So just keep that in mind. Go off your game opposed to what we have here. But
yeah,
I don't know.
There's a lot of interesting stuff. I will say before, if you are trying to figure out potentially even what cards you really want from these packs. 2 weeks ago, we actually talked about that over here on the Yap. We actually did a whole breakdown of everything. And you know what? Since you're there, go over to Tucker's YouTube channel. You're already here on it. If you're watching, that's what's happening here. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and then you can go back a couple of weeks ago to the video where we talked about just simply buy these cards, where we talked about the cards that we thought you should really buy, and which cards that if you want to have specific things, and we did the tier list differently. We talked about that now 3 weeks in a row now. Talk about the cards that are just, these are the cards that are core pieces of their decks. These are the cards that are stronger right now, the cards that are weaker, and these are the cards that just suck. Gave us the whole breakdown, of course, ending it with what is it? These cards that are just, these are the ones that you should buy. These are what enable and unlock so many different types of things. Pick these up. We did a whole breakdown about that just a couple of weeks ago over here on Tucker's YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go back, watch that video, watch the Marvel Yap each and every week here on Tuesdays. And since you're already over on Tucker's YouTube channel, go follow him on Twitter, follow him on TikTok, follow him every single place. TUCCRR, absolutely great guy who I personally enjoy yapping with each and every week. And I'd love it if you would do that for him. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my cold, cold heart.
Goodness gracious. Thank you, Dance. But I don't know about you, Dance, but I am itching, and I mean itching to look at these Datamine cards. Oh man.
So we haven't looked at this at all. We have nothing on the Datamines. We don't know. We really don't know much. There's been, I think we have been seen glimpses places.
Yes.
We haven't even opened the. Is this even the page here? This is the actual page.
Let me reload it and see.
Yeah,
okay.
Information gets updated as time goes on. This is just what is currently Datamine. We don't know the cards. We don't know what's going to be talked about here. This is a live reaction. Tuck and I do not know what we're about to discuss.
Yep. We only know what we talked about like last patch earlier this month. So like this is all brand new.
Fair, we didn't even talk about the Datamines from the previous patch, right? So,
that's true.
So this is a good time to talk, I think.
And as we go into it, we do have some just new cards. We have Air Walker.
Airwalker, is that like John Walker, the U.S. agent, I guess. I don't know.
No idea.
Airwalker.
A new Carnage.
Wait, a second Carnage? Is that a thing, or is that just like what is that? Why is there a second?
I don't know.
It's okay, whatever, it's fine.
Clea got changed.
Clea, just to say when this. So Clea was a card that was previously shown as a Datamine. Now it's actually here. Clea is a Clea is a 1-cost 1-power card that now says after or when this card permanently gains power, add Flames of the Faultine to your hand. And if this is in hand, so if this is in your hand or in play, this gets the bonus.
Okay.
That's how I believe it looks like she works. And also, I'm gonna pull it up here. Airwalker. I'm gonna DM you an image. It looks to be like a robot that works for Galactus, according to the Marvel lore I have. There's something there.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, this guy's. He looks cool. I don't know if he's inside of the new Fantastic Four movie, but it does appear that this July season is potentially Fantastic Four themed, especially with this. This is a card tuck.
Clobbering time. On reveal, move the thing to this location. He can repeat his destroy ability this game.
Did you knew he had a destroy ability? I didn't know he had a destroy ability.
What?
This is okay. Let's keep going. There has to be something else here. We're missing something else.
Cosmic Ghost Rider? Bro, what?
So wait, is Cosmic Ghost Rider? Is this the same like Robbie Reyes or who's the guy? Is that the same one, or is it just the Ghost Rider in the like? How does this work? I don't know this.
I don't know the lore. I've seen the picture of it. Like I've seen a picture of Cosmic Ghost Rider, and he looks crazy.
Well, I'll just keep sending pictures to you, I guess. While you have these links up, obviously inside of on the screen for everyone else, I'll give you some images of these characters. Wow, that's a variant right there. That's just literally on the wiki page, by the way. But oh no, sorry, I'm showing you someone better. Why is this a? Oh gosh, what is this? What is this gorgeousness?
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
That's it. Okay, this is the Cosmic Ghost Rider. I don't know anything about him. I love it.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay.
All right, who am I looking up next?
Council of Raids. Give all your ongoing cards everywhere -1 cost.
Oh, that's fun. So wait, these are going to be like skills. These seem like skills.
Yeah, they do. Okay.
Wait, hold up, time out. I was worried about these. So previously, Datamine Tuck, there were references to First Steps versions of the Fantastic Four. Are they doing a bunch of skills related to the I'm down. This is interesting.
And this is
everywhere.
In hand and in deck.
In deck, in hand, like this. Oh my gosh, Council of Reeds seems awesome.
That's crazy. Okay. Doctor Doom. Okay.
This makes me feel like there's another Doctor Doom potentially. Is there a Doctor Doom? A Doctor Doom skill?
Oh my gosh.
Because this is the same Doctor Doom. Yeah, has same on reveal ability here. What's this? Are we gonna see a Dormammu thing? Is Dormammu next, Tuck?
And one step to hand.
Can you click on Dormammu? Let's just talk about Dormammu here. Maybe there's new other stuff, but Dormammu is a really fun card who, at the start of the game, begins a summoning ritual and adds step 1 to your hand. Do we have the other steps, Tuck, or is that still like? Are they just out there right now?
I think the steps. It doesn't have. I don't see them in here yet.
All right. Well, then I guess we're gonna keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one though, because if it at the start of the game adds another card to your hand, it makes it even more annoying to try to find the differences between Thanos and Dormammu. And I really now want them to do these like animations at the start of the game to show us who they're getting. What? Okay, Overloaded Reactor, I'm gonna guess is a card. That's what this is. It says Effect 01 Overloaded Reactor. And I'm gonna guess the actual thing is just Overloaded Reactor.
I guess.
Okay, we don't know anything else. But then it has multiple effects, because now you have Effect 2 of the Overloaded Reactor, and then I'm going to guess Effect 3, Effect 4. Okay, we're just going through Effect 5, Effect 6, I'm going to guess, and Effect 7. Hold on, is there an Effect 8? There's an effect of 8. How many effects of this overloaded reactor? What is an overloaded reactor?
I don't know.
Are we getting? Okay, 10 effects of an overloaded reactor. I don't know what that means.
That's crazy. Okay.
I guess. Is that like similar to the Hulk stuff?
That or it's like the reactor for the Fantastic Four, like how they got their powers in space, like how like.
I thought it was because of like a space anomaly, or maybe I'm forgetting.
It is some space anomaly thing, so maybe that's. But
so, this is a cool one. If we're talking about Heralds-esque of Galactus, Fallen One is apparently this was Marvel's first Herald of Galactus, the Fallen One.
He's got long hair. He looks cool.
Oh yeah, you would like the long hair. Can't believe you. Please, I like my Heralds of Galactus to be silver, shiny, and for everyone on the internet to swoon over.
Oh, like the
Silver Surfer? You've seen the new Silver Surfer, right? Fantastic Car! We're getting the freaking Fantastic Car. Give me the Thanos copter, Marvel Snap. Thanos copter when?
Give your end of turn cards +2 power.
How many end of turn cards do we have in the game right now? Is there? I'm just gonna type this in. End of turn. If I just type this, how many end of turn cards do we even have in the game currently? It's like, is there enough of them that it works? Let's see. I mean, we have, at least according to what to my current collection, we've already have 15. Maybe there's an unlocked ability somewhere. Maybe that's like, remember we saw a thing had an unlocked ability?
Yeah, that's very. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Sunspot.
This is interesting stuff here. Yeah, Sunspot's in there.
Fire Lord.
Fire Lord from Marvel. Okay, let's see who in the heck this is. Still don't have Firestar, because why could we? Whoa! Oh, this guy seems sick. Oh, I'm not gonna have any issues with thumbnails. Oh my gosh, Tucker, I love this. I don't know who this guy is, but I just know for a fact that I'm not gonna have issues with thumbnails, and that's a big deal to me on its own.
Whoa!
Right? Look at this guy.
That guy's crazy.
Dude, he looks sick. Is this a? Let me just verify this. What is it? Yeah, he's in. So looks like there's a whole season of potential just heralds.
That's awesome.
Because this is another of Galactus's heralds. Is there a Galactus herald season? Oh, I'm so down.
Flame
is sick.
Add Human Torch's power to the next card you play.
That's so cool.
That is crazy.
Dude, that's a sick ability. I love that. Wait, did they say they were terrified? Weren't they terrified of Taskmaster?
Yep.
They buffed him or nerfed him to a 6-cost card for some dumb reason we still haven't had justified. But we have this? Oh, that's so cool.
That's so dumb. But yes,
I love that.
What in the world? Okay.
So no, here's the thing. If this is how they're doing this, where it's skills based off of each of the Fantastic Four, dude, I'm kind of this is kind of hitting right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This is very interesting. And they have so many cards now because we have snap packs, so we're gonna be able to pump out as many cards as possible a season.
I wonder, do you think these are gonna be Series 4 or Series 5?
I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna gatekeep it. You know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, seconders gotta make money somehow. You gotta pay the mouse. Gotta pay Marvel.
Yep.
But what we got next though? What we got?
We have what the? Oh, this is the
that's like
card for Clea.
Yeah, Faultine, something like that. I don't remember. Yeah. Oh yeah. Fires up, flames Faultine. Flip an enemy card here with -2 power.
But
and they're
does
removing
it
the banish
banish
this.
Oh.
Wait, did banish get removed from the skills? Did you know? Did we miss that earlier? Did banish get removed from skills?
I don't think so.
Pull this up here. No, it still has it. So maybe they're going to remove it and just have that circle be enough for it, which I actually don't mind it because that's confusing with, I think, Iron Lad and such like that. I don't. So if that's actually what's occurring, I don't mind that in the slightest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because also, the banish this doesn't work. It's not part of the on reveal. Actually, because it does it no matter if there's like a Cosmo there as well. So if that, I actually think that would be a good change for whenever they do that change. Yeah, but. What? No. What is this? What is this word?
So, Flyrokinesis?
Wait, this is a ability. Cause I'm typing in these things as we see them.
Next
This is
turn, you
a-
get +1 energy for each of your unrevealed cards.
This is Invisible Woman's.
That makes sense. So this is Invisible Woman.
Flyrokinesis, which is misspelled according to at least what the online, this just the kinetic abilities wiki apparently is a thing. Anyway, has it? But even though this is misspelled in here, it says this is force field, the ability to create and manipulate force fields.
Okay, so Supergiant and
So this-
Invisible Woman value.
Ooh, that's fun. And also Malekith.
And Malekith, true.
Next turn, you get +1 energy for each of your unrevealed cards. That's a fun. I don't hate that though.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Frankie Ray.
Frankie Ray is. Oh, is this a? What is it? So it's the secret stepdaughter of the original Human Torch.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently. Oh, she looks similar to. She's going under the alias of Nova, and has the what is it? And looks to be very much like a female Human Torch right now. Let me get a good image I can send you. Oh god, that one looks atrocious. We're not giving you that one. Oh, this one's good. Okay. This is, and again, we're saying these cards as we're reading them, and I'll give you the information. But this is, we're going to give you all the best info we currently can. A lot of the stuff you can see on screen are just images of these cards, not stuff we're going to be talking about, at least in the audio versions of this. So here's the thing, Galactus First Steps. This makes me think, if considering that I feel like we've seen those other versions of like the Fantastic Four, unless there's the First Steps versions of them, as I punch a microphone, does this mean that Galactus First Steps is going to be some sort of a bonus he gets, like a spell?
That, or is
Or
it
skill?
he makes all the heralds?
Could be that too. There's a lot of options there. Wait, is this part of the reactor thing?
That's probably what it is.
So
That
wait,
Herbie's
Herbie-
reactor.
Each turn this is in play, swap to a new activate ability until one is used. Can we go back to those reactors? Do those they don't have abilities in
No,
them,
they just
do
say
though?
1, 2, 3, 4.
But there's 10 there. That feels weird if it's 10. I do like, so maybe there's some more below. I don't know. We'll have to keep going. But
Oh no.
oh, okay. So double this card's power. I don't know if we have the stats on this on
We don't have
him
anything
yet.
on.
Create a rock with 4 power here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you read these. This is gonna be better if you do it. By the way,
Give your
actually, I want
card
to
an
make this very
adjacent-
cool. This is a 2. This is actually, according to Snap.fan, actually, if you click on the individual card itself, 2 cost 2 power.
Okay. 2 cost 2 power. Activate. Give your cards at adjacent locations +1 power.
Okay, I don't mind. That's fun.
All cards at adjacent locations get +1 power.
But it's like a random thing. It feels
It's
just
like
as good as
Nico.
Nico's destroy
Yeah.
1 to draw 2.
Next turn, you get
Yeah, this
+2 energy.
This is a better Nico. It seems like not better, but like different.
It's an
because you still have
activate
to do the
Nico.
activate.
Okay.
I kind of am digging this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And then
Is there, is
that's
there only 3?
1,
Wait, was that
2, 3, 4. 4.
It says to a new one. I would assume that new typically means you don't get the same thing twice in a row. Is that it? Or
Yeah, that'd be
next?
like the same thing. Execute 2 random protocols. This is the overdrive.
Is that?
I would think.
So this is helpful assistance. I don't. Human
and-
Torch.
Human
First
Torch
steps?
First Steps. What in the world?
Oh no, this is. Oh, it's a real thing.
What?
I'm gonna let you read this. I'm a little bit. I'm not super stoked. This is a real card.
End
I'm
of
not gonna
turn
lie
+1 power. Once per game, if your side here is full, double this card's power instead.
to you. Now, to be fair, that is sick. But I also don't love the fact that this is actually like Is this just like a redone version of the Fantastic Four? Is that what this is? I don't.
Like Doom 2099.
Yeah, but like that's not even 2099. It's not even a future version. It's just. And by the way, just so it's known, for real quick on that Human Torch, 3 cost 2 power.
Okay.
Maybe could have done that with more, which maybe we'll pull those up in a bit. But
Invisible Woman First Steps is it's really interesting. They only have pictures for it too. This turn, your end of turn abilities happen twice,
and that's a 3 cost 4 power. I'll give you the cost and powers. I got you.
Okay. Mad Thinker.
Mad Think. What? Oh.
At the start of each turn, gain +2 power if your hand is full after you draw.
This is Thanos. It's 1 cost, by the way. 1 power.
Okay.
That's a cool. So if we're talking about scalers, this feels just as good at scaling as Batroc, as we were talking about earlier, essentially.
But but harder to get the +2, I think, than like Batroc.
Yeah, I feel like with Thanos, it's extremely simple there. But
yes, Moon Girl.
Yeah, that's it. Moon Girl. Do Moon Girl value finally? Devil Dino potentially.
Freaking Devil Dino Moon Girl value. What? Master Plan, Honor Reveal, or replace all cards you play this turn with Doombots. You literally play Mysterio and Master Plan, and they all turn your Mysterios into Doombots?
So they don't have stats, it looks like, on skills right now?
Yeah.
But what?
Okay.
This is interesting. Oh, that's so much fun. Dude, wait, so... Okay, listen, I know we've been over Doom 2099, but this is like the inverse of Doom. Like, you can't do this with Doom 2099, can you?
No, I don't think you can, because Doom 2099 doesn't play the card. Like, Doom 2099 would be, turned into a Doombot, but...
Oh, real quick. So this one doesn't have a cost associated with it. However, Clobberin' Time has a cost of 1, and Council of Reeds has a cost of 3.
Okay.
Just as differences there. So I don't know. We just didn't have one for this. I will click on the cards and verify to make sure on my own end if we have that information.
Okay.
And Helpful Assistance has apparently, again, all these are Datamines subject to change, yada, yada, yada. Insert list of asterisks here. That's it's a 1 cost for Helpful Assistance. Just as a bit of info. And then, wait, wasn't there, where was the Prokinesis, whatever the heck that word was that I still don't know what it was.
It is
Phlyrokinesis. That is 2 cost.
Okay.
So maybe they're still sticking with the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Okay.
Oh, and then wait, does that mean the Human Torch one? Let me find the human Flame On, because does that mean Flame On would be 4 cost? No, it's still 2 cost. Nope, it's 2. So we have 2 2s and a 1 and a 3.
Okay, 2 2s, 1 and 3.
To be fair, the Council of Reed seems really good. That's a fair 3 coster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maximum Carnage. Move Carnage to this location and then repeat his on-reveal ability.
I bet when we're seeing these cards re-reference, it's because they have skills now directly calling them out. Maybe that's some weird thing that Samsung has, but like, that's a fun one. That's cool.
Yeah.
This also means, by the way, I think we're gonna get like more just comic book covers potentially as art, because some of them have multiple characters in them, and stuff like Maximum Carnage would be a really sick one for it.
Yeah, that's really, really neat.
Yeah, that's no cost currently shown for it.
Okay. Merlin just had a text change at the start of each turn. Add an incantation to your hand.
Which, speaking of, he is a 2 cost 3 power card that has 3 different incantations. Was it spells, skills, whatever we're calling them? The Omniversal Presence, which. If you click on Merlin Tuck, scroll down the page, you can actually see all 3 of them. I'm going to let you do that so we don't have to have me just saying every single one of them there, because that's going to be a lot of info.
So we have Omniverse Presence, Once in Future, and Polymorph Omniversal Presence is a 1/0 on reveal. Replace this location with a new one and give Merlin +2 power. Once in future is going to be 1/0 on reveal. Shuffle your lowest power card here into your deck to get +2 energy next turn. And then
I don't know if I've read that one. That's so cool.
And then Polymorph, transform your lowest power card here into one that costs 2 more.
That's fun.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of wild.
There's some really fun cards here.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah. So that's how Merlin works. He was actually he was data mined last month, but we didn't talk about that. So there you go. But you do have Tuck. What was it? We got some more stuff here just in terms of the actual. We're not even. I don't know how many more cards we have. It looks like we got quite a few.
Mr. Fantastic, which is normal Mr. Fantastic. Mr. Fantastic first steps. End of turn. Give cards in your hand +2 power or -1.
Give a card in your hand.
Give a card. Okay. I thought I said cards.
You said cards. I need to clarify. No. And that's a 2 cost 3 power. So wait, why is Fastos 3/4 then? Why is he that bad? I don't get it.
Because Fastos is your entire deck.
Yeah. Really? That's the logic we're gonna go with? Okay. I mean, this is cool. This is cool though.
Mole
There's a lot of
Man.
end of turn stuff here.
Mole Man, on reveal, banish the top card of your deck. Add 2 rocks to your hand with power set to the banished card's cost.
That's a 3/3, by the way. That's fun.
That's okay. Okay, this is the same thing. Then Nicholas Scratch is after
No change.
1/2 after you play a skill +1 power.
Yeah, it's the same thing. So this is one of the cards I feel like I saw the next one. Sorry, next card, Nightmare. We were talking about this when because we first talked about Datamines, and one of the things that I had heard about this was I had heard someone saying initially like this just seemed like one of the worst cards of all of them. But then I was DMing you and I'm like, Tuck, this is your new Sauron, baby.
Yep, this is another just great Sauron enabler. It is a 2/2 Nightmare. On reveal, replace the text of each card in your hand with the text of a random card of the same cost. You know, that 514 blue Marvel is going to be a really, really
And he has a new animation too.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Oh, I'm stoked.
Gosh. That's so crazy.
Yeah, they've removed the banish this off of. You're gonna see it for a second. They've removed the banish this from Merlin's other skills. Okay. Just gonna let you know that. And then whenever you get to the next one,
Overlord.
That's the
Overloaded Reactor.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I didn't actually check. Does that have a cost on just that bit? Nope, doesn't have a cost there.
Okay. Polymorph. Red Shift.
I have no idea who in the heck this guy is. Sent that in the wrong channel, potentially. Almost did. Who in the heck is Red Shift?
Okay.
Red Shift in Marvel. I'm not certain who this is. I'm trying to look it up. Oh, Herald of Galactus. Duh. I don't know why I didn't think of that earlier.
All the heralds. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, here. Let's see if I can get a better image of him, actually. No, not really. No, he looks weird. I have a better image of him, and I'm be honest, Tuck. I guess I'll send it to you. I still don't know who this guy is. It doesn't make any other sense to me here, but sure. I mean, hey, I'm down for a Herald season. Didn't we also, where was that Herald of Galactus title? Remember when that was like the only Infinity thing? Mm-hmm. Right? This is a better quality image, quote unquote. And I'm seeing it, here, maybe this one's even better. And I'm just like, I still don't know who the heck this guy is.
That looks cool, though.
Yeah, this one's probably actually the best one. Yeah, he does look sick. But yeah, so another potential Herald of Galactus here. I mean, it looks cool. It looks sick. I do, what is it? I can say the next one that you're going to see is another Herald, and I'm going to find an image of it real quick.
Sebastian Shaw, of course, got updated in the patch. Just a text change. Text update, not text change. Stardust, we have Cody Rhodes coming over here. WWE.
Not quite. Another, of course, Herald of Galactus. I don't know who this is. They look another alien, cool-looking Herald of Galactus.
Okay.
Got lots of heralds here.
Subterranean summons. Unreveal.
This is
give a created card
like
in your
Mole Man?
hand +3 power and create another copy of it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So your demon goes to a 1/9 and you get another demon. Or
Dude,
Thanos'
demon might have to get a
stones.
nerf. Demon might need to get a nerf at some point. I mentioned a 1/5 change to it forever ago, and demon just feels like it gets better and better as time goes on, especially with Hood.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well. That could
That's
be
a fun one.
Ooh, we actually have freaking card art for Dormammu now. For like his
For the summoning ritual.
rituals. On reveal,
So-
merge your highest power destroyed card with Dormammu to continue.
Okay, so that's the first step here. Second step, Dormammu steals 1 power from each card here to continue. And I don't know if these are all going to be 1 cost. If they're all 1 cost, it feels like really easy.
Oh, this one's a 0 cost.
Okay, maybe there are more steps here. There's only 3 steps. Can't be. Okay, this one costs 3. Destroy 2 of your characters here to summon Dormammu. This feels really easy. That's only 5. I guess it is. It says it's 7 cost, but it is 10 power.
Mm-hmm.
So
plus,
it doesn't.
Plus the card destroyed.
True. You know what? It may not highest power destroyed cards. So you have to destroy stuff, and then you can start the ritual. So you have to destroy stuff to start the ritual for him.
Yeah. So like, you could also just destroy like a 1 cost or a 2 cost.
Yeah. You destroy nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be kind of crazy.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. This is a skill that the ancient one has. I can say that for Teo Mandala. I believe she just summons a copy of this to your hand. The ancient one, but let's wait a second before we actually read through that whole thing. But yeah, you know what? Here, scroll 2 down. 2 cards down. Ignore the next one. I'll find out what that is, and just give everyone the ability of Ancient One, and then break down
Ancient
the Teo
One is
Mandala.
a 3/5. Add the Teo Mandala to your hand, and the Teo Mandala is an on reveal copy. It's a 3/0 on reveal. Copy the text of one of your ongoing cards here into your other characters here.
Dude, this guy looks like okay. Yeah, for what it's worth, it just seems like it just copies an on reveal into like if you have your what is it?
Copies an
The biggest thing I thought of. Yeah. So the biggest thing I thought about this is like if you have like debris, and then you just put a rock on the board, and then you have like a moonstone or something, or like an Iron Man there.
Yeah. No, I mean that is exactly what it is. That's crazy.
All right. Tuck, read the name of this next guy. Then I'll give you, and then I've sent the image in our chat.
Ooh, I've seen this guy before. Yeah, Terrax is freaking sick.
You've seen this guy before as well. He was the villain in Justice League. This is Darkseid. This looks like Darkseid. This guy is Darkseid. No, you can't tell me this isn't Darkseid. Bro, this is Darkseid. I'm not convinced this is not Darkseid.
He does have he is very similar to
This
Darkseid.
is-
Very similar. But
For what it's worth,
where
yeah,
it
another
goes.
Herald of Galactus here.
But
He looks cool. But again, this looks like a good Darkseid. Like this is just his Darkseid.
Yeah, no, this guy's really cool looking. Okay, so we're literally getting all the heralds to Galactus. The thing,
Yep.
first steps, end of turn, +2 power. Once per game, if your side is full here, destroy an enemy card here with less power. If your side of the board is full here.
But that's only once per. No, that only happens once. That part only happens once per game. End of
per
turn, he
game.
always
Okay.
gains +2 power.
Okay, yeah.
And
But his
Oh,
clobbering time though, remember?
yeah, Tuck, this is a 5 cost 6 power card.
Okay, 5 cost. 6 power. 6 power is pretty good.
It gets to 5/10 minimum.
Oh my goodness! You could play some like magic scar stuff now, like with this too. But
True.
what the
This is-
heck?
Dude, I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah, so for what's worth, they've also gotten rid of the 1, 2, 3, 4 for the first steps versions. And also, and I guess this works with the scroll back up to Invisible Woman for me, Tuck, because all of the first steps have the end of turn abilities.
Oh right. And she has the give +1 power.
This turn, your end of turn abilities happen twice.
Oh. Activate. It is activate though. But
It is activate. Yep.
oh.
Dude, imagine playing that, and then your turn 6, you activate her, and then you have Sunspot on the board.
Yeah, that's something I was thinking about too. Was just the Sunspot stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. So This is all of the Datamine cards, Tuck. There's a lot of fun stuff here.
Yeah, that is a lot. But besides just card stance, I know.
So, actually, sorry. Scroll one more bit down real quick. I want to pull this. I want to hit this. Champion Arena.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay, this is what you're going to talk about. Cool. I want to make sure you hit it.
A new game mode with powerful versions of specific cards. Specific cards have a champion version that comes with an extra skill for each champion. That is all the stuff we were talking about.
So, that's the half of these. Like, so is it just in the specific game mode they have extra versions of just these?
Maybe.
I've got no idea right now.
There's a lot going on here.
This is gonna be interesting. I think this is a really interesting one to know. Like, hey, what's happening here with this stuff? Because is this like you have this card in your deck? What? When I'm hearing this, what I'm imagining is when you have when you put this card in your deck, when you draw, let's imagine whatever this card is, you get I'm imagining when you draw that card. When I draw Mr. Fantastic, I get that additional bonus of the other part of him. Is what I'm thinking here.
With this game mode specifically, right?
In this game mode.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of a little bit sad that this isn't like its own thing. Because this is like Flame On and stuff like that we were talking about. But like... Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. The Doctor Doom champion is actually 0 cost.
Yeah.
The one that says replace all cards you play this turn with Doom bots.
That seems pretty good.
Oh my. Oh
Okay.
my, Tuck.
Okay, we'll have to, of course, see it in action, but I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm going to just say that the final thing is just in terms of 2 new locations. We have Reed's Lab that gives you +1 energy each turn if your side here is full. Talking about these also. Oh, sorry, we can hit this bit.
Well,
these are really cool card backs.
Yeah.
There's a Penny. Did you see the Penny Arcade thing, like the announcement they did? Yeah. Which, speaking of, there's actually a Penny Arcade album that is shown. I haven't even fully looked at it. I just saw that there's a PAX East one. But beyond that bit, Cosmic Ghost Rider must be another, by the way, Herald of Galactus that I just didn't see.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Reed's Lab, +1 energy each turn if your side here is full. And then just the Rocket Pad. After turn 4, give cards on the winning side here +1 power. So... I mean, it's similar to what we have for like the Sakara Grand Prix and what's the other place I'm thinking of? Asgard? Not Asgard. Is it Asgard? Lets you draw 2?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's similar to that. After turn 4, you get a bonus here if you're winning. Doesn't feel as crazy, but it still feels cool. I like that. That's a fun one.
I mean, with certain decks, that can actually like really pop. And I think that's what we're already here, so we're just gonna look at this real quick. This is the Penny Arcade album, but we're not going over all the variants this time with the Datamines.
No, I'm gonna ask you to look at the 4th reward though. That for one, that's a really sick emote. For 2, the number 4 reward looks to be the limited. I'm gonna guess the limited border. 8 of the limited borders that we saw PAX announce with their stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so this is Penny Arcade stuff. That looks like a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, I just realized, Tuck, scroll up one more time though for me. That Deadpool's a bundle.
This is a bundle. Is Strange a bundle?
I don't think Strange is Strange a bundle?
Kate Bishop
No.
is so good. Cap was a bundle, or Cap's a Penny Arcade. This is Penny Arcade.
Yep.
These are packs.
That
bundles.
might be best in slot Kate Bishop, by the way. That actually might be best in slot. But there's a lot of awesome stuff though in these, Tuck. There's these data mines. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how sold I am on these first edition or first steps versions of these Fantastic Four. But however, a season of what was it? Going from a season of Fantastic Four into a season of Galactus's Heralds is pretty sick, if I don't say so myself.
That is awesome. That's like July, August. It'd be a really
That's
cool
probably going to be
August
July
season.
into August.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, that's fun. And this is all, was it data mine, subject to change, yada, yada, yada. I love as well. I honestly, God, I actually really, really hope that these skills that we've seen for the Fantastic Four, for Doom, for like literally all these ones that we talked about a bit ago, I wish those were real cards.
Who knows?
I feel like
Maybe they
I
could.
feel like they would be difficult, but at the same time, I kind of don't care and I really want it.
Oh my gosh, we just have skills go crazy.
Well, dude, skills, there's a reason they're not called spells.
Yeah.
Because they want to be able to do stuff like this, where they can just have like Council of Reeds, and that's like, really, you're gonna give me a character called Council? No, it's just like a bonus you do, and I'm like, okay, this makes sense. I like that.
No.
So, out of all these though, which card, the ability, whatever, whether it's the card on their own, the ability, what gets you the most hyped?
Well, I mean, I think Dormammu, I think, is what everyone is super hyped for. So, like, without saying
fair.
Dormammu, I think
The new cards that we've seen.
I think the Thing is really cool. Like, I'm really interested to see how that works. And also, I feel like Herbie, honestly. I think Herbie being really cool, like being able to change what you want for the activate. So, like, your opponent doesn't necessarily know until that maybe next turn what exactly you might be able to do. So you can potentially do some mind games or something with it.
Yeah.
So I like that aspect of it.
Yeah. I was gonna say the skills for Human Torch and Invisible Woman, the Flame On, where you add Human Torch's power to the next card you play, and then Invisible Woman's next turn you get +1 energy for each of your unrevealed cards. Like those two skills, that seems so cool. That just feels like, and that's part of the reason why I want these to be their own things, because, oh my gosh, I'd love to be able to build a deck with stuff like that. That feels so interesting and so much fun. And especially with Pyrokinesis, because that one in particular doesn't mention the card by name and has like, that's a deck. You could bring, that feels like a way to bring Supergiant back, to bring Invisible Woman base back as well. Like, that's so interesting. And I don't know what's going to happen, but oh my gosh, I hope that that's something that occurs, because that seems like so much fun.
And I wonder also, too, like with that Human Torch spell, it should work with regular Human Torch as well, because it just says Human Torch. It doesn't specifically say First Steps Human Torch. So kind of like,
I don't know if
Doom
it would
2099.
do both of them. How would it determine between the two?
I don't know. Testing would have to be done for that. But
Yeah.
well, you know what you guys should not be testing? What you guys should actually be implementing right now? You guys need to be clicking the description right now and go over to notmydance's, all of his channels, his YouTube, his Twitch, his Twitter, and I need you guys to follow and subscribe to him on all of those platforms. This man makes exceptional content weekly, daily, midday streams, night streams, YouTube content on the regular, which you'll have even more YouTube content this next week, as he's got a lot of cards to mess around with. Please stop what you're doing and go ahead and follow my man's on all of his platforms. But this was awesome, being able to actually go through these data mines without any knowledge of what's happening and stuff. And like, if we had more time, we would go over the variants too, because Dan and I love variants. But I think the cards in general, there's so many cards now because they're implementing so many ways to get new cards with snap packs. It really just opens the floodgates for them to be able to do more. So I'm very just excited to see what the future holds. And as always, these data mines too are not set in stone. Not until like you've seen the dev video, I would say, would you know for sure what the abilities of cards are. You can kind of generalize, but these are not guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to
come out.
describe it, generalize it. Yeah, like it's a good way to determine it. Like, yes, this is a good idea of what this will probably be if this comes out. And I don't know, we can make guesses, we can make assumptions, but more than anything else, we can yap, and that's what we do here.
That's what we do here. So you want to say thank you guys so much for liking the content we've been putting out. We really appreciate it. If you guys would like to see more, definitely feel free to subscribe to Dance's and my channel as well. Feel free to like the video too. We want to say thank you guys so much for watching. and hanging out with us. We'll be live again next week. Live, I mean, on our regular scheduled time is what I'm saying, because we wanted to wait for the Datamines and stuff here. But we will be back to yapping on that early Tuesday morning, going over the brand new season for you guys, which is going to be really interesting. It's like the new X-Men, I think, is what the new season is.
There's a lot of interesting stuff there. I think, there's a lot of really fun stuff there. I think, isn't Surge like the first week of the season? I feel like.
Yes, Surge.
Dude, it's Surge and oh god, who's the other one? The
Prodigy's the
I don't
next
remember.
one.
You know what? No. I was trying to remember the season pass card, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna find out about that next week by watching over here. Also, by the way, let us know what you thought about us going over these Datamines live. Is this something we should do? Do y'all want to wait, like 5-7 hours for us to go over these Datamines and then do it, or do you want us at your regularly scheduled time just with the normal info? Let us know as well, because that's that helps us know what we should be doing.
Yeah, it does. It helps us out a lot. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for all the support on both of our channels. We really appreciate it. Until the next time, it's been real. God bless and laters.